What's going on, guys? It's your girl Tech Job Tina signing in for another episode. On today's episode, man, we're gonna talk about remixing these resumes, man. These resumes can make or break whether or not you land these interviews, whether or not you even get a conversation, whether or not you can even land a coffee chat in some cases, right? So some of y'all are out here in these streets with whack ass resumes, right? But don't worry about it. It's okay. I also used to have a whack ass resume, right? So I want to help you guys fix that. And one of the ways we can fix that at a low cost, actually free in this case, is to use a site that I've talked about before on my channel called Earn Better. I'm very familiar with their AI resume tool and their AI cover letter tool, but they've added some other features that I think are definitely going to benefit you guys as you're out here trying to land your interviews. Okay. I'm going to share my screen with you and we're going to dig in. I'm going to use a very vanilla version of my resume just to show you what Earn Better can do for you for free 99, right? All right. So let's dig into it. I'm going to share my screen with you. Let's go. So here we are on Earn Better's website. I will put a link to the website in the description and in the comments so that you can go and remix your resume for free. Okay. Here it is. It says accelerate your job search with the best AI co-pilot, always free. From your resume through your interviews, we got you covered. Upload your current resume to get started 100% free, right? So let's go through these right here. Like I said, I know they do the AI resumes in the cover letter. They also have job search on here as well. Once you set up your account and you tell it what types of roles you're looking for, it can actually email you roles. And if you see something that you're interested in, you can apply directly through Earn Better as well. So we'll kind of look at some of that. They've also added some interview support in here. I see they have some AI practice interview in here, interview cheat sheets in here. And I see they've also got some additional resources. Let's see what's in this bucket. Okay, so it looks like just additional information to help you on your job seeking journey, right? So I'm going to go ahead and get logged in and we're going to play around with the vanilla resume that I created so that you guys can see what it can do. All right, so let's go. All right, so I've gotten logged into my account. So now I'm going to do a new resume using the vanilla version of my resume that I have set up for this. Okay, so over here it says want to generate a new document. So I'm just going to click on resume right here. And it gives you the options. You can tailor an existing resume or you can upload one and start from scratch. So I'm going to upload one and start from scratch because you'll be starting from scratch when you start. Okay. So I'm going to select this right here. Save and continue. Now I'm going to go collect my vanilla resume that I created for this and upload that bad boy. And let's do job title. Let's just say sales development representative. It does have a lot of, here it is right here. All right, cool. So I'll put save and continue. All right, so now it's analyzing my resume. It's looking at my work experience, right? It says, did we get your work experience correct? So it's using artificial intelligence and it scraped the information off of my resume. It is asking me to simply make sure it did it correctly, right? So I'm going to go through here and let's see what we got. Let's see here, ABC remote, project manager from this time to that time, internship at coursecareers from this time to that time, blah, 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 and blah, blah, blah. All right, so it looks to be right to me, right? So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go in here and I'm going to take off this one because I've told you guys before, you don't really have to go back more than 10 years worth of work experience on your resume. Any more than that, plus your resume can get a little bit too long. Least amount of pages for your resume, the better. If you have a 2-page resume, that would really be preferred. I know some of you, depending on, what your work history looks like, sometimes it spills over into 3 pages. It is what it is, right? But if you can have 2 pages or even on 1-pager, that would be best, all right? So I'm going to take out that last job and only focus on work history for the past 10 years, okay? So I'm going to save and continue that. Now it's writing out my professional bullet points, ensuring ATS compatibility, finalizing my new resume. All right, so this is the format for the resume that it created. So let's take a look at it. And for those of you looking, that phone number is not my real phone number. So if you call it, I don't know who you're gonna get. All right, I'll let you know right now. But anyway, let's kind of go through this and see what we got. All right, so you notice that the format is very, very simple, as I think a resume should be. Some of you guys get way too fancy with the graphics and the fonts and all of that. Just don't do all of that because a lot of these applicant systems are being read by artificial intelligence, and all that fanciness is not doing you any good. So don't even bother. Keep it simple. Okay. So this is what Earn Better does. It just gives you a very simple layout. All right. So that's part of it being ATS friendly. So let's kind of go through here and see exactly what it did. I'm going to make my screen a little bit bigger for you guys. All right, here we go. All right, so let's see what we got here. And you notice it's got this. If you want to make the font a little bit bigger, you can click to increase the font size. But keep in mind, if you increase the font size, it's going to start to spill over onto more pages. So I would just let it default to the size that it gives you. Okay. So here we are right here, and you can edit anything that you see if you want to tweak something, which I do advise you to do little tweaks here because it is AI. It's not going to get it absolutely perfect. So you're going to have to go in and tweak a little things here and there. Okay. But let's see overall what it did. It gave you my summary: seasoned sales development, proven track record of top performance, exceeding quotas, seeking to leverage 10 years of experience in sales and project management, skilled in lead generation through cold calls and emails, adept in sales techniques like spin and bant, exceptional ability to manage and train teams, negotiate with suppliers, and drive significant revenue growth. Okay, that is the summary that it came up, right? Not too bad, right? Not bad at all. So let's keep it moving and see what else it did. All right. So for my first vanilla job that I have in here, it took what I had and kind of reworded it a little bit to make it sound a little bit more professional. So for the SDR role, it said generate substantial revenue by contributing to over $100,000 in close one deals. It sees sell quota. So it's got my metrics in here, right? So let me show you the original version of the resume, right? So you can have something to compare to. So as you can see, take a good look at this is the Earn Better version. Let's take a look at the format, and it reworded some things, right? So let me show you what the original one looked like. Let me pull it up really quickly. All right, so I had to move my face so you guys could see. So this was the original resume that I uploaded to Earn Better, and as you can see how different the format is. And look, I got a million bullet points on that first one. Got, so I'm not really consistent with the amount of bullet points per job. So it kind of fixed that for me and it reworded a lot of this stuff and made it a much nicer format, right? Is what it did for me. So now that you see that original one, that's what it looked like. It's kind of really tacky looking. I didn't even have a professional summary on there, so it wrote that out for me, right? So that was the original resume. So it definitely does an awesome job of remixing your resume, right? So let's get back to Earn Better and look some more at this. Let's see here. All right, so looking back at my remix resume, I'm not going to make any changes. I just want to kind of show you guys what it does. We're going to move on to a cover letter, but you have the option to go in here and edit anything. And actually, let me show you what an edit looks like. So you're going to hit edit, and whatever section you want to change. Like, for example, you get to choose if you want your professional summary to be visible on your resume or not. If you don't want it visible, you just click here and it'll make it hidden. That way, it'll take the summary off and just leave you with all of your work experience, education, certs, whatever you got, if you just want to focus on that, which is totally okay if you're going to submit a cover letter anyway. And if the summary is making your resume too long, it's another way you can save space, right? So let's take a look at that, what it looks like when you remove the summary. So let's take a look at it. All right. So this is what it looks like when it removed the summary. It made a lot of space, right? So my right now, my resume is 2 pages, really 1 page and a partial. You see what it did with my certifications and my skills. It made it really streamlined. Remember on the original resume, how my skills were like a whole bunch of bullet points, and it really just made it a lot cleaner, right? All right, so let's click on edit from here. I'm gonna go ahead and make that summary visible again. And let's kind of dig into what editing looks like. And you have the option. It says right here, do you want it to say summary or do you want to switch to objective? So let's switch to objective. And you see what it does. If you switch to objective, it says eager to leverage expertise in lead generation and relationship building as a sales development representative, utilizing proven skills in cold calling, email outreach to drive business growth with a solid track record of surpassing sales quotas and a keen understanding of the sales cycle, ready to contribute to team success and revenue achievements. Notice how the objective reads a little bit differently from the summary. So you have the option. Do I want to put an objective on my resume or do I want to put this professional summary on there, right? I kind of like the objective. It's kind of short, sweet, and to the point. Lets them know, hey, this is what I'm looking to do at your organization. So I'm going to leave the objective on there. But you notice the rewrite button, you can rewrite the objective with AI. If you don't like this first choice option that it gave you, you can play around with different rewrites. So let's do that. Let's do a rewrite and see what it does. All right, so it's generating suggestions. It gave me 3 additional suggestions that I can use for the objective, right? And you have the flexibility. You can go in here and you can actually, if you want to go in here and like, change something or whatnot, you can do that as well. But let's see what it did. So let's see what I'm looking through all the suggestions. Let's see, eager to leverage expertise, blah, blah, blah. Combining leadership, blah, blah. Okay, that's that one. What's the other one? Eager to leverage expertise, committed to driving growth and revenue through innovative, blah, blah. Let's see here. What's this one? Eager to leverage expertise in targeted outreach and strategic negotiation as a sales development representative, aiming to drive robust sales growth and foster client relationships with a proven track record in lead generation and sales performance, poised to contribute to team success and revenue objectives. Let me go back to the original, and I'm going to stick with the original because I actually like it the best. All right, so let's keep it moving. And you can do the same thing with any of these other things that you have in here. So let's go and click into the work experience here. You see how there's another rewrite option. You can rewrite the description with AI. So say you don't like the way it's written and you want to look at some other ones. Let's do it. Rewrite description with AI. Now let's see what other suggestions it gives us, right? This is the original one. Let's go to suggestion 1 and see what it says. Contribute to revenue growth through significant deal closures, directly influencing over $100,000 successful transactions. Surpass sales quotas by achieving 4 times the expected ramp quota in the first month and maintaining performance at 150% above target thereafter. Lead in sales productivity by consistently securing the highest number of qualified opportunities amongst peers, right? That was suggestion 1. Suggestion 2, generate significant revenue through contributions. I can already tell you right now, I don't see the metrics in this one, so I would not use this one. Because you guys that are applying for SDR, BDR roles, if you're doing anything tech sales, you're going to want to make sure you have metrics in your resume. How are you measured? What was your contribution? How did you help increase revenue? They want to know what did you produce, right? So regardless of what kind of job you currently have, there's usually always some type of metric in your job. I don't care if you work in retail. I don't care if you work in the food industry. There's always something that you're being measured by at your job. So you got to figure out a way to turn that into a metric that you could put on your resume, right? So I just noticed that suggestion 2, it took my metrics out, so I automatically would not use that one. All right, so suggestion 3, put my metrics back in there. So that's a possibility as well. But we're just going to stay original. I just want to kind of show you what your options are. So I'm just going to apply the original and we're going to keep it moving. All right, so let's go down to our certifications. Let's go into our skills. So notice here that it gives you the option to add more skills. It says suggested skills to add, right? So if you go back through your skills and you decide, you know what, I really don't want this in there, let me take it out. You can go in here and play around with it and add things and take things away based on the suggestions that it gives you, right? So I'm going to go in here and I'm going to add, they got some good suggestions in here. I'm going to go in here and take out some things and add some things, right? So I'm going to take these out of here, Zoom and Talk Desk. I'm just going to add lead generation, cold calling. I'm going to add CRM proficiency in here, prospecting techniques. Let's see here, sales pipeline management, because those are important. We're going to add negotiation. And then I'm going to take out some of this soft skill stuff, right? I'm going to take out resourceful. Let's see what else we got. I'm going to take out social media. I'm going to take out G Suite. I'm going to take this out of here. I'm going to take that out of there. I'm going to take out Microsoft Office. All right. So I'm just going to leave that in there because I don't want a slew of like, skills piling up on my resume. So I'm just going to leave that. And then it's got room for you to create a custom section, whatever custom section you want to put in there, whatever you think will help you shine even more. It gives you the option to create another section and add it on your resume, right? So, and as you're working through the document, it automatically saves as you're working. Notice it every time I made a change, it would automatically save it. Okay. All right. So now we can preview the document. All right. So that is the resume that we're going to work with. Then from here, you can download it, you can share it. Now, if you want to share it with somebody as a link, you can do that. If you want to download it so that you can use it to apply for roles, you do that. So let's go back. Next stage, we're going to go to cover letter, right? It says land the perfect position with our proven cover letter template. So I'm going to click on that. What job title will you use this cover letter for? So what you want to do is, let's say sales development representative, right? Because that's what we're doing as an example. It says, do you have a job description for this role? Now, say there is a specific job that you are applying to, right? So this is what you do. You're going to say, yes, I have a job description for this role, right? And let's just say, let me go to LinkedIn really quickly and just find a rando job that we're going to apply for. So I'm going to take you with me over to LinkedIn. All right, so we're over here at LinkedIn. I'm on the job section. I'm going to grab something. Let's see here. Let me get really specific. Let me make my screens a little bit smaller because it's kind of messing me up. Let me see. Everything's like really in my face. Let me see here. All right, so I'm going to go here. And I'm going to just choose a role. Here's an enterprise sales rep role right here. Sales development representative, secure works. Okay, I'm going to take this one. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to the job description on this particular job. All right, so here's our job description. I'm going to take this right here. I'm going to take the role responsibilities. This. All right, that's all I want right there. I'm going to take that, copy it. Then I'm going to go back over to Earn Better. I'm going to paste that job description. So let's go back over here. All right, so I'm going to paste that job description. And notice it said 150 character minimum in there. Then it's asking me for the company name. So the name of that company was SecureWorks. Make sure I spelled it right. Yep. All right, so now I'm going to save and continue. It says select the resume to use as a base, right? So of course I'm going to choose the resume that I just made. So we're going to choose that one and we're going to say finalize my cover letter. All right, so it's finalizing my cover letter right now. All right, so this is the cover letter that it gave me. Says, Dear hiring manager, I am thrilled to submit my application for the sales development representative role at SecureWorks. As a highly motivated and results driven professional, I am eager to bring my expertise in lead generation and relationship building to contribute to the growth and success of your organization. Having worked as a sales development representative for ABC Inc., I have a proven track record of exceeding sales quotas and generating substantial revenue. In my first month, I achieved 400% of my ramp quota and consistently surpassed 250% in subsequent months. Additionally, I have demonstrated leadership in sales performance by consistently ranking first in the number of qualified opportunities generated. My experience in cold calling and email outreach, coupled with my understanding of the sales cycle, make me a strong fit for this role. It says, in my previous role as project manager at XYZ, I honed my skills in project budgeting, subcontract management, blah, blah, blah. So this is where you might have to make some tweaks, right? Because it is artificial intelligence. Sometimes it can like give way too much information that may not really make 100% sense for the job that you're applying for. So what I would do is all this information about being a project manager, it doesn't really relate to the role that I'm applying to the way I want to. So I would probably do away with that whole section, right? Unless I can pull out some, transferable skill from it, right? So this is where the rewrites come in. So I would totally either do away with this or rewrite it in a way that really makes sense for the role I'm applying to. So that's what I do. That I would not keep that section like that. But overall, it's not bad, right? But you're gonna have to make some subtle tweaks to it. So let's see what else we got. I am particularly drawn to SecureWorks' mission of creating value-based engagements and promoting a consultative sales approach. I'm also impressed by the company's dedication to fostering a collaborative team environment and providing opportunities for advancement and development. So you see, it tried to take some of the, mission information, like whatever SecureWorks mission is, and incorporate that into your cover letter, which I think that's a great idea. You should be doing that, but I would definitely rewrite that. This is where you're going to have to do a little bit more research about the company, look at their values, look at their culture, if they have mission statements, any news you can find about the company, anything that would help you stand apart and show that you've done your research, put it in your cover letter. So this paragraph right here, I just don't want it to sound very robotic, So I would go in here and probably rewrite this as well after I've done my research on the company and find something that I think is really cool that I can highlight and put it on my cover letter, right? So overall, it's not a bad cover letter at all, but you will have to make some tweaks. It's definitely better than starting from scratch and having to come up with something totally fresh for a cover letter. It gives you a really good framework to build on, right? So the last paragraph said, thank you for considering my application. I'm excited about the opportunity to join SecureWorks team and contribute to its continued success. Please find my resume attached for your review. I look forward to the opportunity to discuss my qualifications further. So that was the cover letter, right? So I'm not going to do any edits. I'm just going to hit finish. I kind of share with you what I would change about it, right? So once you do that, now it says, here are some other roles similar to the sales development representative position at SecureWorks, right? So Earn Better is looking out. It's like, look, I see you like this job over here. We got these other similar jobs that you could take a look at, right? So of course you want to be able to do that as well. If you see something else in there in the suggested jobs, definitely apply for those as well. See, it says view similar job matches. You can go through here and do that. And like I said, it will email you jobs just like when you get email jobs from LinkedIn, Indeed, ZipRecruiter, or whatever. This will do the same thing. The only difference is it helps you make really good resumes and cover letters that you can actually send as well, right? All right, so that's that part. So now let's go through here, see what our things are. This is to find jobs. You can also track your jobs here as well. So that gives you a great way to keep up with where you've applied. You can keep up with who you interviewed with, right? As well in here. You see it's got this interview section over here. So it's a great way to help you stay organized with your job search as well. Let's click into this interview prep one here. This is the new features that I hadn't seen, whereas now they've added like interview prep, AI interview support. So this is my first time playing around with this. So let's do it together, right? So let's see what we have here. Save a job or add an external job to see more. I just want to click on one of these. I want to see what it does. So And it's very specific for the job you're applying for. You notice, right? So this one is Secure Works, Mapbox, Atlassian. So I'm going to say start practicing and see what it does. Some quick tips: be detailed when providing examples, include any outcomes or metrics that demonstrate the impact of your decisions. Avoid filler words and phrases. I got my sound on. Let's see what this interview prep is like.
Hi, Tina. Let's practice an interview for a sales development representative role at SecureWorks.
I'll shoot. All right, let's continue.
Can you walk me through your experience working in a collaborative team environment and how you have contributed to the success of the team in your previous roles?
Yo, this is good. And then you can answer, like you can actually go in here and you can answer the question, or you can type in your answer if you want. Dude, this is dope. All right, so let's go to the next one. I want to see the questions are. Miss Skip.
Tell me about a time when you had to follow up on inbound leads to further qualify prospect interest. How did you approach this situation and what was the outcome?
Man, I love this. So let me do a test because I want to see, like, if you give a crappy answer, does it like help you come up with a great answer? So let me do something. I'm not gonna say it. I just want to type in something really quickly just to see what it does. Right? Tell me about a time when you had to follow up on an inbound leads to further qualify prospect interest. How did you approach the situation, and what was the income? Oh, that was the outcome. I'm just gonna type in some BS. I want to see what it does. Right? Connect with weeks. Continue to. And so one day he answered. Turns out he was just really busy and I caught him at the right time. Sorry, I'm typing. Let's see here. He was interested and I booked the demo. All right, so I just put in some BS. I just want to see if it tries to correct you or if it just accepts your answer. Okay, we're just practicing. I'm not going to help you, right? So let's see what it does. So what I put in here was I once had a lead that I could not connect with for weeks. I continued to call, email, and text until one day he answered. Turns out he was just really busy and I caught him at the right time. He was interested and I booked the demo, right? So let's go and see what it does. So let's submit the answer. Okay, so now it has a bubble here. It says, tell me how I did. Let's see what it says. All right, so at the bottom, it actually gives you a written response to how you did. It says the strength of the response. The response demonstrates persistence and determination in following up with leads, which is a valuable trait in sales. It shows the use of multiple communication methods, call, email, text, to reach a prospect, indicating adaptability and approach. Successfully booking the demo illustrates a positive outcome from the persistence and follow-up efforts. Pretty good, right? Says opportunities for improvement. The response lacks detail about how the lead was initially qualified and what specific strategies were used to engage the prospect besides persistent contact. It could benefit from including more about the impact of booking the demo, such as how it contributed to sales goals or relationship building. Grade good, right? So they're saying overall it was a good answer. It could use some tweaks, but overall good answer, right? So I think this is absolutely dope. You get all that for free, y'all. It's going to remix your resume. It's going to hook you up with a cover letter. And it's going to help you with interview prep specifically for the job that you are applying to, right? And it's going to help you keep up with your jobs. It's got the applicant tracking system. You can keep up with the jobs you're applying for. You can keep up with your interviews. Earn Better giving you a whole lot for free 99, man. I'm impressed. I really am impressed. Then right here, you can reword your answer using AI. So let's do that. See what it does. All right, let's see what this rewrite talking about. All right, this was the rewrite to the answer that I put in there to that question, right? The rewrite says, in my role as a sales development representative at ABC Inc., I was tasked with following up on inbound leads to further qualify their interest and move them through the sales funnel. One particular lead stood out as initial attempts to connect through phone calls and emails were unsuccessful despite persistent effort. Understanding the importance of timing and personalized approach to sales, I analyzed the prospect's industry trends and identified potential areas of interest and need before making another contact attempt. This preparation allowed me to tailor my communication, highlighting specific aspects of our product that align with the observed industry needs. When I finally connected with the prospect, it turned out timing was indeed the issue. The prospect had been busy with a major project. With the insights I had gathered, I was able to immediately engage him in a meaningful conversation about how our solutions could address his current project challenges and add value to his business. The result of this targeted and informed approach was not only the successful booking of a demonstration, but also the establishment of a strong rapport with the prospect. This lead eventually converted into a significant sale, contributing to my achievement of 400% of my ramp quota in my first few months on the job. This experience highlighted the importance of persistence, tailored communication, and timing in converting leads into valuable customers. That's a rock star ass answer. I ain't gonna lie. I wouldn't remember all that, but I mean, if this is truly your story, you can, you can retell it in a way that sounds like it's legit. Then I mean, go with it, right? But I actually think that is that's an awesome answer. I'm with it. So okay, cool. So I'm like I said, I'm really impressed with this. So let's go to the next question.
Can you discuss your experience using Salesforce or a similar CRM system? How have you utilized this tool to manage leads and opportunities effectively in your previous sales roles?
Very cool. So let's see. Let me go. Let me end right here. Okay, so once you get done, it reviews your answers with all the feedback in there. I'm going through, and then you can do it. You can interview again. Now I don't know if it gives you a different set of questions. Let's see. Interview again. Interview again will override existing answers. Okay, I want to see if it gives you the same questions or if it gives you a new 3 questions, right? So let's see what it does.
Hi, Tina. Can you walk me through your experience working in a collaborative team environment and how you have contributed to the success of the team in your previous
Man,
roles?
that's the same question. Let me go to the next one. Yep. Okay, so it does. It
Tell
asks you
me
the
about a
same.
time
It
when you
asks
had
you
to
the same
follow up on
questions.
inbound leads.
All right, cool. Hey, that's for free. That's still great, right? Then it helps you revamp your answer. So totally cool. So let me see if it asks you the same set of questions for every role that you apply to. If they're all similar roles, will it still ask you the same question for every SDR role, regardless of what company it is, right? So let's go to the next one and start practicing and see if it still gives me the same questions.
Hi, Tina. Let's practice. Can you walk me through your
Mm.
experience with outbound prospecting and interacting with customers in a sales role?
Very dope. So tell you, okay, so it's pulling those questions from the job description, is what it is doing. Okay. So it's reading the job description and it's saying, okay, I see what this job entails. I see what they want in a candidate. Let me ask her questions that line up with the job description, that line up with what the company is looking for as far as trying to fill this role. So that's where it's kind of pulling the questions from. So that's kind of dope. Let me go to the next question.
Tell me about a time when you had to prioritize tasks to stay proactive and achieve your sales goals. How did you manage your time effectively?
Okay. Yeah, I actually love this. You could almost take a few different job descriptions and load them in here and give yourself maybe 8, 9, or 10 or so different types of questions and actually practice interviewing off of those questions, right? So I think this is a great way to interview prep, especially if you're someone maybe you don't have, the opportunity to actually interview prep with an actual person. You can come here and you can interview prep and it gives you tips and tricks to improve your answers, right? Don't get no better than that, y'all. Don't get no better than that. All right, so that's that. What else? What else? What else Earn Better got for me? Let me see. Let's see here. So we did the interview, share, blah, blah. All right. So what else do we have? Let me go back. See job recommendations, add a job to earn better, create a resume, create it. Okay, here we go. So you could do a thank you email and you can do a follow-up email in here, right? And then they got an interview cheat sheet in here. So since we're still on the interview questions, let me see what the interview cheat sheet is. Let's see here. Interview cheat sheets. Let me click on that really quick. I want to see what it says. Generating your interview cheat sheet for SecureWorks. This is dope, y'all. I think this is free right now, but I think eventually they're probably going to start charging for this because this is worth some money right here, right? This is definitely worth some money. Let's see. Interview cheat sheet. Top interview questions and potential responses tailored for this role. Can you walk me through your resume? Then it's got a suggested answer. What do you why do you want this job? Then it's got a suggested answer. What interests you about this job? Then it's got a suggested answer, right? What are your greatest strengths? Got a suggested answer. Why are you a great fit for this role? Got a suggested answer, right? General best practices for interviews in here, tips and tricks. Example questions you can ask your interviewer. So it's giving you questions you can ask your interviewer. This is tailored for the role at SecureWorks. So we're tailoring it for the company that you're applying to, right? Oh yeah, this the cheat code right here. I love this. All right, so that's that. Let me get out of this. What else you got for me earn better? Let's see here. Let's go to this thank you email. Let's see what's up. All right, so you'll put in all your details. Let's see, what title did you interview for? I'll just put sales development representative in here. What company did you interview with? I'll put SecureWorks in here. What was the full name of the interviewer? I'm gonna make up something. I'm gonna just put Jane Brown, right? What is the email address of the interviewer? I'm gonna put my email address just in case, just in case they want to send something. All right, let's see here. Save and continue. Tell us about the interview. My favorite part of the interview was, so it's going to take some information from you to help you come up with a really nice thank you letter, right? So let's see what we got. Learn about the company's mission, getting to meet multiple team members, learning how the team works together, understanding what I'd be working on, learning about the impact the company has on its customers. Let's go with that one. I think you can click more than one, right? No, you only pick one, right? So save and continue. Okay, so now it's analyzing the job requirements, finalizing the perfect email. Let's see what it came up with. Dear Jane Brown, I would like to express my sincere gratitude for taking the time to interview me for the sales development representative role at SecureWorks. It was a pleasure meeting you and learning about the company's impact on its customers. Your insights and expertise in the industry were truly inspiring and have further solidified my interest in joining the team. I appreciate the opportunity and look forward to the possibility of working together in the future. Thank you again for your time and consideration, right? So if that fits your interview, you just send that bad boy and go on about your business. Copy it, paste it into an email, and ride off into the sunset, right? Or if you need to make some little tweaks, you can make your little tweaks. And plus, there's a regenerate button right here. If you need to make some tweaks, you can hit the regenerate right here. All right, it did a rewrite. What's the rewrite say? The rewrite, I wanted to take a moment to express my gratitude for the opportunity to interview for sales development representative role at SecureWorks. It was a pleasure meeting you and learning about the company's impact on its customers. Your insights and knowledge were truly valuable and have further sparked my interest in the position. Thank you again for your time and consideration. I look forward to the possibility of joining the SecureWorks team and making a positive impact in the future. Now, how you could tweak this, right? A lot of us have gone through interviews and there were some parts of the interview that really stuck out to you, stuff that you really loved that they said during the interview, things that you really noticed, and you kind of, you really just thought about it like, wow, we had a really good interview. I really loved when she said XYZ, or I really appreciated when she told me ABC, or I really loved how we had X in common, whatever it was, right? If you could be very specific in that thank you email, kind of highlighting something that you guys talked about, that you really liked, that you were inspired by, or something you had in common, whatever it was, and drop it into that thank you letter, I think that'll really even give you a bigger boost as well if you have something, right? Otherwise, this is totally fine. But any way you can think of to personalize it just a little bit is definitely going to give you a plus, right? But I think this is great. So let's get out of here. I'm going to finish that. So now I'm going to go to create a follow-up email, right? So let me and that'll be the last thing. So let me go to the follow-up email. Same thing, sales development rep. Secure works. And I'm going to put my email in here. Save and continue. Okay, tell us about the role. The position aligns with my career goals. My skills and knowledge are very relevant. I'm excited by your team. It's a new challenge. I'm inspired by the company's mission or other. I assume if you put other, then you probably got to type in whatever it is you want to type in. But let's just say I'm inspired by the company's mission. Let's choose that one, right? I'm inspired by the company's mission. Let's save and continue. All right, so it's doing its thing. All right, so this was the follow-up email that it produced. Let's see what it says. Dear hiring manager, I hope this email finds you well. I recently applied for the sales development representative position at SecureWorks, and I wanted to express my continued interest in the role. I am inspired by the company's mission, and I am excited about the opportunity to contribute to your team. I am eagerly awaiting to hear back from you, and I look forward to the next steps in the hiring process. Thank you for considering my application, right? So, of course, this is the email. Okay, you sent out the thank you email. Maybe you hadn't heard back and you just want to do a follow-up email. So this is the one that you send after you hadn't heard back. Say they said, hey, you'll hear back on Friday. And maybe Friday is getting towards the end of the day. You hadn't heard anything. Maybe you go ahead now, boom, send this follow-up email, right? But if you are doing what I suggested, when you get into your interviews, you always want to be sure you are clear on next steps. Kind of just like what you would do in an SDR role, you want to establish next steps. You get in an interview and you make sure you closing the interview. You're trying to lock in the next meeting, which is the interview, right? So doing it like an SDR. So when you're in that round one interview, you get to that interview, hey, you see any hesitation about moving me forward to the next round? Is there any reason why you wouldn't, right? So you want to lock them in, right? You want to say, no, you've done absolutely great. Let's go ahead and book you for round two on Monday at 3:00, whatever, right? And when you get into round two, you're going to do the same thing at the end of that resume. Hey, I really enjoyed our conversation. I'm really excited to move on to the next round. Is there any reason why you won't move me to round three, right? No, you are absolutely great. Let's go ahead and get you on the schedule, or I'll have, Jane Brown reach out to you, see if we can get you on the schedule this week on Thursday. Great, right? So as you're moving through the interview process, you want to make sure that you are trying to lock in and close on the next interview, right? So that will kind of help you in a lot of cases. It'll alleviate you being in the dark about where you stand. Now, don't get me wrong. Sometimes you can get an interview and you can do that whole spiel. Any hesitations about moving me to the next round? And they'll sit up here and sometimes they'll tell you, oh, no, you're great. I don't see any reason why. And then they'll ghost you, right? So sometimes they lie to you. That's just how it is, right? But for the most part, usually when they tell you you're fine and they book you for the next interview, you're usually in there, right? But for those instances when it doesn't happen, you got your follow-up email. Definitely use it. Okay, so yeah, this is dope. I really enjoyed this right here. So I hope you guys definitely see the value in using Earn Better, especially for free. I mean, with this, they should really be charging for this. I mean, you're able to get all this value for free 99, y'all. So yeah, so like I said, I will put the link to Earn Better in the description and in the comments. So I'm telling you, if your resume is whack and it need to be remixed, it need to be rescued, take your resume over to Earn Better. It don't cost you nothing but time. Upload that bad boy, get your cover letter, popping, utilize those interview prep features that it has, take the interview cheat sheets, use everything they have on there, right? I love a good resource, especially when it's a free. It's hard to get good and free, right? Usually those don't come together, but in this case, it is. I don't know how long Earn Better is going to be free. Maybe they're just trying to roll this out enough to get enough users so that they can, justify a payment later down the road. But I'm telling you, it's free now. You better jump on it, utilize it while you can. Link in the description and the comments. I hope you guys enjoyed the content. Tech Job Tina is out. Peace and blessings.